You know, coming from America, you're a little bit jet lagged, and then your sleep schedule's probably out of
Oh, I've been
whack.
passing out, man.
Yeah, like every time we get back to the hotel, you're gone.
You know, I'm doing my own thing,
Yeah.
getting into my own trouble. As we say, Invictus did not win that knife round, so
No.
they're going to start off on the Allies, and doesn't look like they're going to do anything crazy. They're just kind of splitting and jumping straight into it. We're going to see Fancy open up with the carbine and see what he can do. This is obviously his gun to use, and does see the headshot angle. Maybe could have wall banged it, but
Maybe.
everyone regenning as of now, and some gunfights going across the map, but no one really dying yet. We see kind of an A-B split as two players, as Sus and Fancy, are kind of holding off over at A. On the other side, Adamello gets the kill onto Fancy, so kind of shutting down this lurk. Sus needs to get some things done before they take this B site to ensure that there's not going to be a lurk, and he may just be able to find this kill, and those are still one there. On the other side, though, Samuel G's kind of trying to entry from street onto site. He does go down. Sus is dead, and Looney just needs to bide his time and try to stay alive, get at least one kill as they are jumping. Does find the first and still staying alive back here. Causing trouble, finds the second, teaming up, and they just cannot kill him. A huge round for Avenue, shutting that down. Looney picking up 2, and CDE helping him out with that.
Yeah, well, massive round from Looney there, just in dark, able to get 2 frags, staying alive the entire time, making sure the third player had to stay where he was and couldn't peek, tagging him as well. That's the type of gameplay you want to see from a player, which is solo on the site and in such a precarious situation. Only a few players can do that. One of them is actually here on the server, is probably Kozjek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I thought Looney was going to go down. It's so scary
Yeah,
back
for
there
sure.
when they're all entering, but does his job very well, and Avenue winning their first round. So what you want to do, you take Axis for a reason, and they win it first. Lifers being able to buy up an STG, and Sus just working back. A, not able to find this frag, going to try to wallbang it, but lucky to be alive, honestly. Only a sliver of health. Meanwhile, Samuel G picking up a frag onto him, or onto Lifers, so opening it up a little bit. Now Samuel G has an STG of his own, did take it off of him, and could be dangerous. That could come into play. CDE holding down this T-Con and gets a lot of damage done. Knows that they're coming through mid, and they're teaming together, getting these frags, shutting it down easily. A piece for Avenue, shutting them through mid. They're trying to take B and kind of forcing them off site, so bomb should go down. A great headshot from Joe Zeus.
Yeah, it's such a weird angle from behind. Really great headshot. And the fact that they're able to get a bomb plant after such a poor start in this round, very, very important, and it gives them some more economy to work with in the next round, and you didn't even win this round.
Gunfight's going down on stairs here, and Josu's able to get a kill, really making this a lot more doable now at 2v2 situation and cutting them off before they're just closing in on site. Neil's not in the best position, getting lit up from behind, and baiting his teammate is Josu. Should be able to finish off this kill and get both of these players before the bomb is defused. He's going to walk down the stairs, and looks like he may be sticking this. Josu has a lot of work cut out to him, is going to get this kill, and no, does not. Lau with good timing walking down the stairs there.
Felt like he probably should have shot a little bit earlier there.
Maybe at the head.
Well, he didn't have the angle yet, but he did have the angle of the legs, and I think if he just spammed the legs, he could have maybe switched up to the next player a little bit quicker. But still, pretty good round from Joe Zeus, trying to get his team back into it despite such a poor start. Almost did it. I went down to 2 versus 1.
And now Sam G is picking up the scope. They did
Exactly.
get bombed down, and they're going to be able to actually 3 bars and some utility, so a pretty big investment into this one. Avenue do need to shut it down. They have 3 STGs of their own and a full set of nades almost. Sam just been picking this nearly every time he has the scope. It's just such a tight angle. Does see ahead and not able to get either of these, not quite through the smoke, and coming very close, but not able to get anything too early there.
I think that's the main issue of that angle. It's just so hard to get clear shot on anyone. You've got so many parts like the tank and like so many tight angles that players will disappear after a second. So you need to be very, very, very quick when peeking that angle.
CDE with a big job here as there are 2 players. Sees a gun barrel, starts shooting a little too early and throws the smoke. May choose to back off as they do run through it, and he picks the first kill as he was getting some early headshots there, and Neil's just going to fall off. Kind of 2 players going down on the side of Invictus. Not for much getting done. Lifer is posted up aggressively and should see the head. Not quite able to get the kill as we see Fancy run top red once again. CDE finds another onto Samuel G, and Avenue are just winning their fights. Invictus feels a little lost here.
Yeah, Fancy's the only one left who had such a great start. Slow start this map though, and he will fall after quite confusing as he is surrounded. And Avenue looking quite comfortable so far.
Yeah, CDE with a big round, shutting down any aggression over towards B and just kind of working on the edge of that smoke, making sure he closes it out. Joe Zeus, the only one really showing up for Invictus so far, having 3 kills, and on the other end, as I was saying, CDE really coming together. So Avenue looking very strong. They are on the Axis side, but that was a big buy from Envictus on that last round.
Yeah, with the scope not really having any impact, this Samuel G is stuck on a Garand, and little to no unity. Joe Zeus does have some, a smoke and a nade left over, which is how much can he do, and CD maybe a little bit too confident, maybe.
And Samuel G really taking advantage of that. Didn't get the scope this round, but now Envictus are coming together. 2 kills for Samuel and Sus as they are taking site. Bomb is going to start to be planted, and there is a nade from Lau. Not sure if he's going to throw it or not, maybe a little too far, and they're just going to opt for a full save here.
Yeah, I'm still pretty confused about what CDE was trying to do there. He just was running with his gun out all the way towards front B when you know the timings is not favorable to you in that scenario.
I think maybe if he's been throwing a pre-nade, he wouldn't expect them to be so aggressive on it. But either way, you have the scope. You don't want to go down, but definitely taken advantage of is I think that was Samuel G was able to find him and the player at White Box. So a plant for free and forcing them to save. Invictus doing a much better job taking the site by force and kind of off the back of a misplay from Avenue, but
yeah,
an important win nonetheless. Need to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, and signing on allies, it will just help them just get 1 round, and you can follow up getting the 2nd round and the 3rd. But I mean, you should still manage to get some buys in with Lowy and Adamello still alive, able to give some of their tokens away. Lowy's already got a nade as well, so you won't have to use all 2 tokens. You can just use 1 and give someone else the other one.
And Sus able to pick up the scope that CDE did drop there at the end of the round, so a big win for Envictus. And if they can close this out, they'll put Avenue on a pretty bad economy, maybe force them to save a round or 2, but
yeah,
we'll see what they opt to do. That was some pretty heavy B aggression off the back of 2 opening picks. I doubt we're going to see CDE play it as aggressive again. We're probably not going to see him on a scope for a little while. He's probably going to go back to that SMG play in the back building, but as I say, it looks like it is posturing up to be another B hit pretty fast. But as you said, the nades being saved is going to pay off.
Looney and CDE able to get kill a piece with their nades, and CDE carrying on the aggression, peeking, but can't seem to get the right angle or the distance with the weapons he has.
Yeah, smarter play. He was going to take those shots, but just falls off and doesn't give up any type of room. This is the 3rd map in a best-of-3, and they're looking to move on to the winner's bracket and secure an upper bracket run. So a lot on the line here, and you can tell by the way Avenue's playing, I haven't seen anything move on the mini-map for a solid 20 seconds now.
Yeah, they're pretty much standing still, watching the angles and not even looking any other angle. The only one really looking at different angles is CDE. Top yellow is in the most dangerous position, and he does peek now, thanks to Looney's peek, and Looney gets one as well.
Fancy does find him eventually as he stands up, but he's in a 1v4 now. 40 seconds left to get these kills or plant the bomb, so not too much he can do. He does have full nades and smokes and probably can't save, so I'd like to see him maybe go out with a bang and at least take 1 of the 2 of these players with him, but it's a hard job as they're just proning holding these angles. Yeah, never going to see him or expect him to be prone there. Yes. And Adamello gets full nades off that body.
Yeah, solid round from Avenue there. Only CD falling after a great shot from Fancy at the end. Victus looking a lot slower than expected. Maybe the fact that he didn't go into the server 10 minutes after the first map.
Yeah, maybe a little too long of a break there between as we were, the timer had to be reset. Players weren't joining up, so maybe it's to their own disadvantage.
Yeah, like, because typically if after a game you're still pumped after that game, and playing one straight afterward normally helps you. Maybe having a little break, but when you have too much of a break, it does reset yourself.
Yeah, and we actually see a pause coming out, and that may just be Envictus realizing they need to wake up in the server here. There's 8 kills across all of them in 5 rounds, so not looking too great on the other end. CDE has 8 kills himself. I'm very impressed with his play there in back B. He's playing very reserved and just kind of peeking when he needs to, falling back. I liked that he didn't take those shots with the pistol, saw that there were 2 there and fell off, and eventually would help push or fend off that push from Garden. So Avenue's just looking really strong here on the defense.
Yeah, especially the fact that CD in the round previously made such a weird move by going too aggressive. So the fact that he goes more passive in the round afterwards is a really good sign that he is adjusting and Avenue are adjusting, and he could actually pull them through this map. But it is still early days, and we have seen comebacks come from
and maybe
score lines more drastic than this. I remember one scoreline's team won 11 rounds on their first half, and they lost 13-11.
Was that here?
And I wasn't here. This wasn't pre-release.
I was gonna say, so the old Coastal used to be like that. If you didn't get 9 or 10 rounds on Access, you might struggle because it was just so kind of one-sided.
It was a lot of maps like that
Yeah.
in pre-release. It was on Derailed that I saw this, and it was with a French team. I think it was Online Owls. They were the ones which made the comeback. It was really, really great to watch because I was just like, in the first half, just what are they doing? They just can't do anything. And then second half, round after round after round, it was great to see games like that. But
this hurts. After the timeout, I think it was tactical to figure out what's going on. You drop 2 to nades, and 20 seconds into the round, you're in a 1v5. Neil's not sure what he's going to do. He was able to make it on the site, but he was spotted, so probably can't plant this bomb. He's peeking the right angles, but it's just not coming together for him. First kill onto Looney, gonna strafe back and try to do some damage. She'll get the second on the CDE, and they're trying to flank him. Almost got a 3-man, but yeah, that hurts for Envictus, taking a pause and then going down so quickly.
Yeah, and Neil was able to get his first 2 kills of the game. And,
I think he's looked at that twice now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little
Just
bored. Maybe this map's a little too easy.
Yeah.
Is that the new aim trainer?
It must be. It's obviously working.
Yeah.
It's 5-1, but Avenue there maybe getting a little bit too confident because you saw them push one at a time onto Nils. It's times like that where you have to be more disciplined, right? Because you're going to keep falling into that mistake, and that's when you start losing rounds.
Yeah, the economy is such a huge part, and you can just stack, even if it's an extra 2 coins here or there, everyone's going to count if you start losing rounds. But here's what I wanted to see. Sus is getting aggressive through A, which we saw Blues, I believe, do up for Sector 1, and he's able to get a lot of damage. So not able to win this gunfight yet, and whiffs it, at least able to call it out. And
Lowy gets a kill as well. You gotta feel disappointed with yourself.
And CDE, how many times is he going to be allowed to push out of back yellow and get a free kill? Neil's just going to try to plant this bomb, and it seems like he has the right idea. Let's just get to site. And it does work. Maybe going to be able to get at least one more here, or fight for his life, but Avenue's probably going to team up and push this together. Neil's able to stand up and get one before damage is done, and not expecting someone to be peeking off the top balcony. And only has 7 bullets left, but could potentially do this as Avenue's going to give him these 1v1 aim duels.
Yeah, and I think that's just what I was talking about before. If you're going to give someone 1v1 aim duels, you're just playing to fail. They did manage to get the kill in the end, and only lost 3 players. But you gotta feel sorry
that's
for
hard
Sus.
to watch for Sus. It felt like it should have killed him, and then
you feel like he shot enough bullets, but you just couldn't get that extra one, and Lowy able to get 1 kill and then kill Sus himself.
I don't know how he got the first kill. He must have called out that he was there. You saw on the minimap someone from Envictus did look that way, but just not able to close it out, and Lowy just shutting that down, not letting them go through A. And a lot of the success we've seen, obviously you want to have good executes on B and A, but a lot of that map presence comes through the lurk A. Either get through bottom yellow or smoke off mid and play on the edge of that and get around site, you know, be a pest on that side of the map and try to open something up, but that just really hasn't happened. They've been trying to jam B, but CDE's been there to shut him down every round.
Yeah, and he's been playing really impressive. See if Envictus has finally figured out an answer for him. Bunch of nades coming in from Avenue and a bunch of smokes likewise from Envictus, whereas Adamello is going for an aggressive peek, and he gets the first headshot, but that is all she wrote, and he does fall back and keep his life, giving his team an advantage.
Yeah, I thought he could. I didn't even see him on his screen. Wasn't sure that he could see them coming through ramp, but obviously knows the angle well enough and gets the first, and at least the information. I think they know this isn't going to be a B hit already. Josu's playing on that back site, or that back street area, but they're just kind of dropping.
Now, 4 versus 2, and Josu and Fancy has a lot of work to do. Only 1 round on the board on their first half. Not looking too great.
It's been the same theme in this round. Lots of work to do for individual players, and Josu starts it off, gets a very good aim duel across the map onto Adamello, and has another good gunfight that he's going to take in T-Con against CDE here. Not sure if he's going to be able to close that out and win it, but Fancy needs to make a play here as well. They need to eventually get the bomb, and he does not. Lowy wins that fight and is taken low, but not quite enough. Josu did peek the right angle, and maybe a little late as he is going to get flanked on, and only has 25 seconds left. Needs to either get 3 kills or get the bomb down, and bombs across the map, so needs to start fragging pretty soon unless he wants to save this. And he won't. Looney gets the headshot. Avenue are just kind of running away with this. The timeout's already been spent for Envictus, so maybe just scope up on Samuel G, see if he can do it, or just do a full A hit, or bring the scope over A long. I don't know. They got to do something different.
Yeah, so far everything they've done just hasn't been working. You can see Invictus, Fancy, who had such an amazing last map, 2 kills to 8. And on the other side, it's CD8, 11 kills, stepping up huge. And the rest of his team are roughly about the same, but Invictus just looking very, very
Lowy
weak.
hasn't died yet. I think he's 8 now.
Yeah.
Samuel G now going to try to work through mid, and they are taking mid control, so they are changing it, but Lifer's here with the car, going to try to re-peek, and does get taken out by Niels, so they do have some control over this connector area, but Adamello is all the way pushed through, is traded off, so now in a 3v2, Sam able to get another.
This has probably been the best round we've seen for a while for Invictus. 2 versus 2, and they are going towards that A site. Bomb drifting slightly more behind Samuel G.
Yeah, kind of strange positioning. He could just get to site and plant the bomb right now if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Lowy trying to get in this top red position and maybe get out on the window, but I don't think they know where these players are at all, as Looney is still completely over at B. No call for a rotate yet, so not sure if Lowy's going to try to get on the ledge and start wallbanging the site once the bomb goes down, but the call has been made. Looney's going to start rotating, and it may be a little too late. I like what Samuel's doing, kind of getting off site, playing a little far away, but they need to do something. Lowy is going to stand up and start wallbanging this, not getting the bomb. No, the bomb's actually not being planted, waiting a little bit. Fancy's getting taken low on site. Doesn't know how much damage he's doing, but he is preventing it a little bit longer, and Looney's going to make his way through the arch. Meanwhile, Samuel is playing back A, so need to see if they can hold this. Kind of a hard site to retake, but they know where one player is at least.
And the fact that they wasted quite a lot of time to get that bomb down has allowed Looney to join his teammate and double peek, but Samuel G's got the car and he gets his first shot. Now it's all up to Looney. 1 versus 2 to keep this streak going.
Yeah, and Fancy there on the first floor, just pulling a tight angle, not really giving anything up, and Looney kind of faking that he wants to jump up, but has 20 seconds left and either needs to just stick this bomb, which I actually think he may do, and this might work out for him. Fancy's just now coming up the stairs and needs to peek this, is going to strafe up and gets it. Looney, not much he can do there, and goes for the ballsy play. It doesn't pay off, so Invictus with a much-needed round, getting only 2 on the board, but better late than never because they really need to pick it up.
Yeah, let's see if they can get these last few rounds. And, Rocket League's being pretty loud today.
Oh yeah, Rocket League, the casters are next to us, and this man is standing up, screaming. You gotta love it, man.
Yeah, this is great, like having so many games. We've got Rainbow Six right next to us as well, and Rocket League players behind us.
And then the Counter-Strike players are above us physically. They're casting from upstairs because they're, you know, more important, right?
Obviously, they have to look down on us plebs.
Lifer picks up an early kill onto Samuel G, so changing it up a little bit, getting complete control of this, and might get another, no, Fancy with a good headshot onto Adamello, so trading off, making it 4-4.
And your first grand finalist of the epic.28 Rocket League tournament.
It's quite distracting, but yeah.
Oh, I was going to let him go. I hope you guys could hear it. I think Buzzkill just won the Rocket League Grand Finals for Epic Land, so big shout out to them. Congrats. Make sure you go watch the VODs.
Well, obviously, stay here first. You know, this is here for Battalion, and Fancy, he's looking to get some more kills and some more rounds for his team. He does manage to take down one more player, Looney, but Lowy, he's playing really well now. He's hitting his shots, not dying much, and he hits another headshot. And it's all up to Joe Zeus. 1 versus 3.
Yeah, I thought Invictus might be able to take mid-map control, but he was just shutting it down on Statue, looking for a third and make it 3. Headshot after headshot. Lowy just completely turned that away.
Yeah, single-handedly in Statue in such a dangerous position where he could be flanked in so many different ways. And
he's 12-1.
And he's absolutely insane. 12-1 with 3 assists.
On the other end, Envictus just not pulling it together as they have on those other maps. We've seen in their deficits they've been able to claw back a little bit and at least bring it close on the maps that they've lost, but it doesn't feel like that's the case on this. Obviously, not an ally-sided map, but you need more rounds than 4, which is the max they can get. Adamello shutting this down early, getting an early kill onto Samuel G, and they're trying to take this mid-control stuff, maybe trying to switch things up, but they're not expecting Lifer, who's been here almost all game. He's been playing at Connector, and they're not taking care. Adamello with another, and Lifer waiting for him to strafe around, but doesn't even need to, as Adamello is still helping out. They're just not being mindful of where these players have been all game, and they're dropping because of it. Yeah,
it's all down to Fancy now, and getting close to the dying embers of this first half. Does try to get Adamello, but he just can't find the kill shot, and it's Lifer who finished things off, and back to the Adamella and Lifer story instead of Lowy, but
it just feels
Avenue
helpless
is
if you're on Envictus. They're just winning every gunfight on Avenue, and they're scary to run into. There's people on each side of you. If you're trying to get one gunfight, you're getting shot by Adamello on the other end, and they were trying B for a while. It didn't work. Now they're just it seems like they only have a few strats, and it's try this, try that, and they're not really being dynamic enough to switch it up. We haven't seen any B pressure in maybe 5 rounds now.
let's see.
A little bit of a 360 there. maybe that'll get him going, or maybe needs to turn it on that way. Sus gonna try to work in from bottom yellow and was spotted out. Not sure by who, but Jesus does open it up with a kill onto CDE, and they actually are switching over to the B site. Joseph with another on the Looney as well, so B should be open. If Lifer's not able to get onto site and stop them, then they should get the bomb down for free. He is able to get to the back of statue, gets a hit off, and does have an MP40. Gonna peek, not sure if he knows that there's 2 there though, and getting so much damage done, but it is traded off eventually. Adamello gonna try to get here as there was one on tank. Not sure, he should hear him jumping up, sees the end of him. Not going to start, but does get the first kill, and now it's a 2v2. Bomb was stopped planning, and now he's going to be a little more safe and go for the statue side. Fancy here playing on the stairs. Bomb is now down, and they've isolated both of these players. They know there's one on the stairs, and there's one on statue. We have Niels backing up with the carbine in guard, and he's kind of holding that stair. The smoke comes out, and not winning that gunfight. Adamello going to try to jump through, and trades are coming out. Now a 1v1, Lowy versus Fancy. We're going to see with the STG what he can do, and Fancy takes him very low. They both are on a sliver of health, only 1 bullet to connect on both, but 26 seconds left. Looks like they're going to regen and play this a little slower. Lowy sitting 14-1, looking to make it 15, and Fancy, he did this in the last game, waiting for timing, but he's going to have to start defusing and does win the gunfight. Fancy with a much-needed clutch, bringing it to 3 versus 9, switching sides now.
Yeah, at least they managed to recover slightly at the end. They're getting that last round, but 9-3 Avenue. Comfortable.
Yeah, Avenue they can do anything they want at this point. Obviously, they want to win and come out strong, but they have a lot of wiggle room if they throw any rounds away, or if they need to eco or push with 5 carbines on a B like we saw Sector 1 do, because they have such an advantage. So it'll be interesting to see if Envictus can, come out strong and get those cars and the scope and really get that economy going. But if they don't, it's going to be close to match point.
Yeah, they need to come out of the bat straight. Bang. Oh, my words. The batting field straight off the bat. But Lifer.
Yeah, it's not going to happen
It's
as they
not
take out
gonna
both the A players, and they're just dropping. Not able to turn is Sus, and Joseph and Fancy left alone in a 2v5 retake onto A, and it's something they can't really save here. They need to go for it, and by that, they mean they need to hit all their headshots. They need to get these kills immediately.
Yeah, and Joseph's Fancy only just managed to get towards this A site. Does manage to see a guy in back L, but can't hit his shots. As Adamello takes down his teammate, it's all up to Joseph's, and Avenue, still 5 players, can just hunt him down.
Oh, at least gets a 1-tap, looking for some, maybe just trying to get his ego up here a little bit, get some of the kills that he's used to getting, but
get some highlight reels for
at
his frag movie.
Least.
We're just waiting for Joseph to die at this point.
I'm waiting for his 1v4. He's still alive, still got a chance. And Looney will take him out. Shooting the body, mad at him for wasting their time. Avenue up 10-3.
I'll probably be shooting with him, wasting my time. Let's get on to the next round.
This is a best of 3. This is the last map. If Envictus loses, they will drop to the losers bracket, so not complete elimination yet. And if Avenue wins, they'll be pretty comfortable in going up against London Esports after this. So a big giant of a team in the match after this, but you need to win first, and Avenue's getting close. 2 rounds from match point, and Envictus look like they're going to try to stack mid, just changing something up on the defense to try to get around, just try to squeak by, and going to at least get 1 kill. Need to get a little bit more, as there are rifles on the side of Avenue. Lowy with the bar here, and someone jumping away there. And it looks like they saw that mid push, so they're going to try to work over towards B, but Samuel G is still there, so could potentially get 2 kills here for free. Gets the first and jumps back around statue. Isn't able to get it. Adamello with that Garand. Sus now able to find the frag on him, so Adam doing a lot of heavy lifting. CDE knows that there's going to be 1 rotating, switches to the default and just waiting. Starts putting some bullets into him. Doesn't quite find the kill, but is at least wasting time as they need to run around to get the defuse. Lowy gets the kill on the Joseph, and Fancy left alone in a 1v3.
Will be able to get anyone. He does spot out 1 player, but he's been tagged. 1 and he's dealt. And it's probably best for him just to save these weapons onto the next round. There's not much more space he can do here. Could try and take one more kill away from Adam, and again escaping.
Not able to get him.
Just no more time to try and do anything. Just save these weapons and try and make your comeback in these next few rounds to try and at least win it here. Or if they do lose, they go to the losers bracket and still have a chance where they will face the dev team. So not a too scary prospect, I would say.
Yeah, but definitely something you don't want to drop. You want to have that padding, because after that, every series will be do or die.
Yeah.
If you lose, you're out. You're going home, and no one wants to go home that early. So Avenue up 11-3 moving into the 15th round, and they're just outplaying them in all senses of the word. Their gunfights, their strategic play, even like the mental game of just getting in there and winning. And it's hard to see, because Envictus was definitely putting up a fight in the first 2 maps of this. Already took one, so it's just strange to see them falling so hard in this last. But we'll see if they can at least string some together. Maybe bring it to a tie, or maybe get 5 rounds or so. We'll see what they can do here.
Sandwichy does manage to get the opening frag, which is something that they drastically need in this series. As Fancy does manage to spy out Pet, but he's not risking it to try and attack him anymore, and Looney's just waiting to see if Fancy peeks, and it's just a waiting game at this point, and the smoke's just going to deter Looney completely.
Yeah, Fancy delaying a little bit. That's just wasting a little bit more time before he needs to throw that smoke. Lifer proning, waiting to get into a good angle before he stands up to see if he can see anyone through the cross or through connector or on that B hallway, but not going to be anything yet. And looks like they kind of want to take B just based on the way they're postured up. Lifer is in yellow. Actually, they're coming back, it looks like. They're just playing it slowly here. Avenue just want to kind of close this game out. They're playing smart and not making any rash decisions. Sus does find that frag on Adamello, and Bomb is dropped at that middle statue, but Lifer does eventually get the kill onto Niels. Samuel G goes down back A as well, so A should be free. Up to Sus to stop this, and gets the headshot on the Lowy. Now Bomb is down. Across the map is Lifer, or Looney, who needs to kind of join together and help out his teammate. Sus looking to close out this little aim duel and doesn't even take it. He just kind of runs away. Here's him next to him, and this should be an easy round for Envictus. He does pick it up, so a good round to get those kills. Sus with the 3-man.
He's been quiet this map. This is his 4th kill in the entire map, and
maybe this is where he turns it on.
Yeah, maybe this turns on. This is maybe his switching point. 3 massive kills help his team to get at least a little bit closer to Avenue. Is it enough?
We'll see. As Samuel G does have the scope again, so maybe if he can get an opening pick, as that is so important for them, and he's going to get up on the car, go to the market stall, and it's just completely smoked out. They're not going to give it to him. Almost hit one coming down there, and opening up Envictus is Avenue with a nade kill onto Niels, and Samuel could get a scope kill if he does stand up, and no, he's just kind of lean peeking it, so he won't find that, and it's just not working out for him. Not able to get any of these picks as Looney jumps in and finds that kill. Bomb should be going down shortly, as Fancy, Joseph, and Sus have a lot of ground to cover to get to this site. CDE is there looking to get a nice little headshot before he just kind of wastes the time and just plays in this corner. He doesn't have to peek anything. Make them come to you.
Sus falling early there. Lifer getting that frag, and CD falling straight up, and it's all up to Josus. Does manage to find one at least. Surely he will not get any more, as 3 Avenue players are all waiting for him. And Looney will finally get that frag with the scope that he picked up.
Yeah, so we are on
12-4, series point.
Yeah. Avenue just looking just so much stronger, honestly. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be moving on. I'm not going to say that Envictus is completely out, but it's 12-4. They're on the back end of a bad first half, and we'll just see what they can do.
Exactly. Got Avenue with a really, really good buy. Looney, of course, carried over that scope, and he gets a frag with that scope onto Niels. As Avenue looking to try and close it out right here. But Sus has awoken once more, able to get a headshot onto Lowy. Joseph also falling through, and now Envictus answering straight back onto Looney's kills. 3 versus 2.
Yeah, I somehow still am favoring Avenue in this situation just because they have won these positions before and they've kind of been playing so well. Adamello doesn't see him. He doesn't have the X-ray on, and someone's just hanging out at the barrels. Joe Zeus doing a good job there to stay hidden and not make too much noise or just even show himself. Giving him the gunfight there. Looney can't quite find his shoulder to get that kill, so left alone, 50 seconds left, and could save, but I doubt Envictus would let him. He just needs to try to win these gunfights and get something done. Doesn't want to give away the scope, so smart of him to pull out the Thompson. Last thing he wants to do is get the scope on the side of Envictus on the defense, but they're just they have such a mountain to climb to get even to a tie in this game.
You just don't see it happening. You can see Avenue at least get one round out of the next, I think, 8.
Yeah. When you put it that way, it seems a little undoable, and you can tell how much they do want to get back into it. It's not something you can just walk away from. Envictus is going to fight and fight until the last second, and you can tell they're not even pushing him. They might after time runs out, and Looney kind of just flicking his wrist there, maybe trying to get some damage done with the Thompson. Not going to be able to find any one-taps, obviously, but gets the first kill as he can't get the knife and does go down eventually. So good to kill him after time, only lose one player for it. And they don't get the scope, so smart to not give it up, but let's see, Avenue don't have the most money. Maybe they could donate some coins and do some type of push, or I would just go B a couple rounds in a row, see if they can take a round that way.
Yeah. But you can see Avenue not putting too much investment in this. One shotgun, carbine, one Thompson, a few smokes. Let's see if they can win it out on such a weak buy. You doubt it, since Envictus is still a strong team despite what the scoreline suggests.
Yeah. And they do decide, it looks like they're going to go B with it. Fancy's playing on the other side of that smoke, and he's going to try to become aggressive, and that may be bad for him as Jesus gets the first kill onto Looney. It is traded off, and they're trying to enter. I want to see how this shotgun's going to come into play. CDE does go down, and Lifer first kill with the shotgun. Tries to run through, can't find the second, as Samuel G is laying down there. Kneels with the STG on the front side of sight, and a strange round as Lowy is able to get the kill with the grease gun.
Oh no, Niels will also fall from Adamello. These grease guns are causing a havoc as Fancy is the last man standing between him and going down to the lower stage, and he will be able to find the first play. It's all up to Lowy.
Lowy probably not expecting him to have come out by now, and he does. So a good clutch by Fancy, and they do win that, but you got to remember that was not their strongest buy. Yeah, and they do almost lose it. Fancy staying composed, and a good 1v2 there, but off that, Avenue should be able to fully buy up.
Yeah, especially doing so much damage against Envictus. Their buy is going to be slightly weaker than you would want it after facing that. And then you look at Avenues buying 4 Garands and a Thompson, 5 smokes, and 1 nade. This is enough to push them across the line.
I think 4 smokes just coming out at the same time. Looks like they're opting to try to get some mid control at CDE. It's laying down there. Niels with an opening kill onto Lifer, and they're just trying to figure out what to do. I think it's on CDE. I would love to see him walk through that smoke and try to get behind A, but he's going to play it a little more passively, and may work out, may not, as Niels is in bottom red. CDE is just on the other side of him, so that gunfight won't come together for a little bit.
He is sneaking. Maybe he can get himself into top red without making any sound, which is the plan, and he does. Oh, Envictus might not expect him to be here. Yeah,
while on the other side of the map, they are trying to take B. Adamello does go down, though, and Looney does win his gunfight with a nice headshot. This is now on CDE to get these frags and finds the first. I don't think he's expecting another player to be there, so Niels does get that, and now Looney left in a 1v3. Maybe going to find the head of Substitute, and he does, is able to get that frag, and there is 35 seconds left, so some time to work with, and should expect that Niels is going to be flanking or coming from that mid position just based on what that last kill was from. So Looney with maybe enough information to get one more kill here or get some work done, but he's not going to, so Niels with a nice 3K on the round, and Envictus getting at least some points on the board.
Yeah.
Probably a good consolation. It's a much better loss. Obviously, I mean, they could tie if they keep running it up, but it's a lot better to lose 13-8, 13-9 than a 13-4, as we saw it was looking earlier. So
yeah, exactly. And the main thing which we have to focus on is the Envictus wins that game. They haven't been clear. They've been very, very close, down to a 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 1. It's not clear cut, and that's going to be shaky ground for them. And with Avenue, you can just see, oh, we'll just get one more in these next 5 rounds.
Yeah. And they actually take a timeout, I believe, and I think that's Avenues, and I think it's like, okay, let's go, boys. Let's clear this out. They were giving them maybe a little bit too much confidence. Our economy's not really the strongest. They are on allies, so they don't have to worry about the utility too much more than just some smokes and nades here or there. But, yeah, they really just need to close it out and get it done with so they can relax and take some time. As we are only in the first round of this playoff stage, there are a lot of matches to be played tonight, and these players, they don't want to be here all night long.
No.
It's draining just to sit around and wait to play or just to draw these out longer than they have to. So Avenue definitely looking to close this out and take a break and just get right into the next game while they're still warmed up. As I was saying, if Avenue do win, they will go on to play London Esports, and same with Envictus, and then whoever loses will drop down to play the dev team.
And that's the thing, everyone's waiting on this game to finish.
So they can move forward with their matches.
Like, you've got Leisure who's still waiting. They're going to be waiting for a while because they won't play anyone until after the next game in the next round finish. And you still got people in the lower bracket, the devs. They're waiting on whoever loses this game.
Yeah.
And, of course, London Esports waiting whoever wins as well. So you got a lot of teams waiting to play at this point, all based on this game. And it's just one round to change that. And hopefully, as soon as we finish this game, we'll go straight into the next game. And should be good going from there.
Yeah, we're underway. We haven't had too many delays. All the technical issues are ironed out. So it's been smooth sailing and hopefully will be for the rest of the night as we jump into, once again, I think the 5th match point in a row. Avenue is up 12-7 in this best of 3, looking to advance in the winner's bracket. And big timeout coming out for them. Envictus does have a scope on Samuel G, who is going to watch this coast angle, and he holds such tight angles.
Yes, so tight, but he doesn't manage to spot anyone out just yet. As I think Lowy might have spotted someone push through smoke. He's not too sure.
I don't think he knows he's there, and that means Fancy's in a good position. And if he's not going to find the frags, can at least get the information as to when he hears players starting to sprint. And looks like they are posturing and looking to go towards B, so Fancy could definitely put a big hole in that plan.
Yeah, it's all about when he peaks. He's going to hear these smokes go out.
Trying to get himself in a bit of a better angle. Not going to see anyone here, so is going to stand up. Finds the first frag and didn't see the nade being pulled, but he's just going to get that and run straight back, and kind of has a hole in this. They're split. All of Avenue are on 2 different sides of the map. The bomb is over towards B, and looks like CDE is trying to maybe make his way over there. Lifer doing this lurk up A, looking to get at least 1 kill on site, and should get an easy one onto Niels. Going to try to go upstairs, but Sus jumps out and finds the frag onto him, so Avenue kind of stuck, not deciding what they want to do. You see him running back and forth on the minimap, and they ultimately decide on A, but they have 30 seconds to clear a site with 2 players on it. Ooh, who actually just came off, so Samuel G has fallen, and I think Sus is way off site, so Lowy may be able to get this bomb down for free.
Yeah, that's should be able to get that bomb down. Samuel G, of course, will hear it and might try and stop the plant or get in a position to help stop it. It's looking to peek, and there is a player holding this angle, and CD will get that frag.
Yeah, huge play from CDE and good positioning there to realize what the situation was, that they didn't identify. There was no players on A site, so they must be rotating. So just hold this kind of deep angle, and now should be able to get this kill onto Joe Sus, or at least see him. It's going to be a big gunfight as CDE makes his way out the window and just delays even longer. Sus and Fancy team together with a kill onto Lowy and Looney. Now CDE left alone and can't close it out. And Envictus with a huge win, and they are bringing this back.
Yeah, huge win from Envictus there, and they was able to just push on the side. I wish we saw what happened with Sus and Fancy, but it was just so much more entertaining seeing Joseus and CDE run around connect to house.
Yeah, impressive. I thought CDE maybe gonna get that kill on Joseus, as he did have the angle, but it's such a small little sliver of a foot you can see for both players, and jumping out the back window means he could just get the advantage on you map-wise. So 40 minutes into this game, jumping into the 21st round, and it's getting pretty close. Avenue seemed to have kind of hit a wall. You would think maybe they could push something together or would do some eco runs, but they just keep buying, trying some different things, and that'll definitely help. You get the nade on Samuel G back A, so they're just taking A again and hoping that it'll work out. But Niels is here with the STG, finds the first kill, gonna repeat and go for a headshot, can't quite find it, and goes down. Looney getting a 2K, maybe a +10 on him. Fancy with the STG needs to get at least one of these kills back A, gets some damage done, but not finding the frag, and the bomb once again is planted. This time Joe Zus is at the back street to help him retake, but this is looking a lot better for Avenue.
Yeah, they're looking a little bit more comfortable. The Avenue that we've seen in the rounds where they have succeeded So this could be the end for Envictus, and then the journey starting in the lower bracket. But Joseph, he's still going to try, and he gets that frag onto Lowy. As well as Fancy taking down Adam Mellows quite sloppily.
They do not want to lose. Fancy gets another, and now CDE left alone in a 1v2, 24 seconds left, gets the first headshot, and his position is blown. Josu's going to try to run in here, and it's just a duel. Who's going to win it? CDE with 13 bullets left and does close it out down to the wire, but CDE with a good clutch. Avenue close it out in what was potentially